All right, y'all, we're going to do another life transformation talks with Miss Deb here. My voice is gone from class yesterday, so got another victim here, just ask random questions about life. So, one thing we're going to talk about, first thing we're going to talk about today is drive. What things give you drive to keep pushing in life, or training, or workouts? And we'll get some random answers from Miss Deb here, because she's experiencing a lot of things in life, since she's a life coach and a teacher. Yeah. And a professor?
Yes.
She's got it all, y'all. So here's someone who's got a lot of power. So, give me some things that you do to keep driving in life.
You know, I think one of the things that primarily drives me at this stage in my life, and it wasn't in the beginning of my life, but is to pour myself out. And when you see the degradation of the things that are going around you, and there's something incubating better on the inside of you, you feel an obligation to fulfill it. And the only way that you can fulfill it is that you have to pour out the goodness of you. You have to dump you out. You have to dump you out, and you have to be kind, even when the situation isn't being kind to you. God said, He said, I will that you be in love with me. He said, because there's nothing that you can do to stop me from loving you. He told me if I made my bed in hell, He'd still come and rapture me. That's good news.
Wow,
that's good news.
There you.
That's good news.
That's powerful stuff, Dave. All right. Next one.
It does. It drives you. It drives you to want to be better and to want to see other people be better. And I think the easiest way to do that is to demonstrate it.
Right.
You know, because a lot of times when people mimic bad behavior, why can't they mimic good behavior?
Right. What are people mimicking when they see you, behavior-wise? You got a good attitude. You got a good character about yourself. What are people seeing when they see you?
I think one of the biggest things I want people to see, and I'm 6 foot, so sometimes
six foot, y'all.
Yeah, sometimes that can
That's why
be
I
a
look so short in videos.
Sometimes that can be a challenge, but I want people to see approachability. I want people to be able to approach me. I want people to know when they come to me, they're going to get warmth and they're going to get some sound wisdom if needed. And I want them to know that it's greatness even in hush mouth grace. It's okay to tell people, I don't know.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But they should still feel warm to approach you.
Right.
You can't get help if people can't approach you.
Right. Be approachable.
Be approachable.
Be approachable.
Always.
That's going to lead us into the next one. How is your attitude? What do you do to keep a great attitude, or keep your attitude consistent so people know they can always approach you? They know your attitude is always going to be at a certain level, that they know you're not up here one day and next day, don't talk to me until I get coffee. Next day you're up here, don't talk to me until how do you keep a consistent attitude so people know that they can always approach you?
You know, I think we need to look at those people that approach you as, wow, a gift from God. It's an opportunity. It is an opportunity to sow into somebody's life. Oftentimes when we think of the word sowing, especially those of us in the household of faith, we think of sowing as money. Right. But it's far more than just money. Right. It's far more than just a dollar. It's some of the greatest things you're going to give is your time, is your loving kindness, is your tender mercies, the things that he has given us. It's so good, you know, and you want that. And people want to feel like even when you're going in on them, that there was still some love there. Right.
There you go. That's love.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity.
Right.
That God would even trust you with somebody.
Somebody
else's life. And that He gave you that moment and trusted you with that moment to impart a word, an ideal, or some sympathy, or go get them again, or we can do this, or have you tried that? I mean, who do we think we are to even negate that?
Right.
But what an opportunity it is to love.
That's a huge thing, what she just said, y'all. When you approach someone, if you're consistent, you always have that opportunity to touch someone's life right there. Because you never know, the way things are going, they might not be here tomorrow. That one day that you said, I don't feel like talking to someone, or I need some coffee, or I need a Monster drink, or this or that. That one day when you didn't have the energy to spend with somebody, that might have been the last day that you saw them. Because there's just so much going on, we just don't know if you're going to get another opportunity to touch someone's life, whether it's through teaching or whether it's through training or whatever the case may be. That's a good topic there. All right, next one. Let's see. We talked about attitude. How are you with your eyeball test? What do people, when they see you, what do you represent when people see you? And what do you do? How do you carry yourself throughout the day? So when people see you, they're like, wow, that person, they look successful. Their attitude is part of it. But how, your makeup of when people see you, how do you carry yourself, you know, whether you're in school teaching or business or in church or wherever you're at?
Or just in folly. How do people see you? You know, I think one of the things, and I don't think it's a Deborah-ism, I think it's something that the Lord gave me. I attract people. I draw people.
Right.
But I want to make sure that I'm worthy of that attraction when they approach me. Again, it's that approachability. You know, I wake up warm. And it's not, let me get ready. And let me give you a better example of that. I can remember I had a boss, and she asked me, she was a little young girl too, but I loved her. And oftentimes people have conflict when they're mature like I am with a young boss, but she was the bomb. I loved her.
Right.
And she asked me, she was a foreigner as well, and she asked me, she said, Deborah, she said, Deborah, what do you do to get, what do I do to motivate you? What do I have to do to motivate you?
Right.
And I told her, I said, wow, that's going to be really interesting. And I told her, I said, well, first off, I think you've chosen a task that's bigger than your scope. I said, I think motivation is within.
Right.
I said, I get up in the morning. I said, I pray up. I said, I meditate up. I said, I get fixed up. I said, and I wind up me. Right. I said, because we're not manufactured by Mattel. Right. I said, it's self-endowed. You have to have this. It's too big of a job for anybody to keep you propped up.
Right.
I told her, I said, that is my job alone. I said, but is there anything I can do to motivate you? She said, no, Deborah, I learned much this morning. It's my job. It's your job. Right. It's every one of us. And it's the little bitty things. And the ways in which we don't get there is if we don't take inventory. An unexamined life is a life not lived. Right. You have to take an inventory of all the things you've come through that seem disastrous and that seemed fundamentally unlivable, and that I just can't make it through, and how do I get through this? And yet here you are, you made it, but yet we don't keep a record of it. That's an unexamined life. You have to remember the things that you made it through and how you got it through, and know that you'll make it through again, so you can be the cheerleader for the next person that's coming to tell them, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
There you go, there you go. She just said something, made me think about another topic. We'll go through one more, and this is a huge one because of all the stuff going on now with the media, just so much stuff going on. And I asked this question to a few people, is what do you do to separate yourself, to keep your mind on just stuff important in your mind that you want in there, you know, because we check the news here and there, but what are the things you do to separate yourself from all the bombardment from the media and the negativity and this or that, whether it's reading or getting around good people or listening to motivation or listening to inspirational stuff, reading the Bible, whatever the case may be, what are the things you do to kind of keep your mind and your attitude above what's going on? That's because it's got a lot of people scared to go out the house, a lot of people scared to go around people, going in the public anymore, because all they're seeing is what's going on in the world, but never really what's going on in their direct life. But what do you do to keep yourself where you don't get scared about life and you still want to be here and you still want to touch people?
You know, I go to the source. I go to the creator. I go to the author and the finisher. You know, the one that the giver of all life. And I see what he has to say about it. Right. God, where are you at? Jesus, where are you at in all this? Right. You know, and if he stops talking, I stop talking. Right. You know, sometimes he said in quiet and in stillness. And he can bring us into ourselves if we just get still and seek out his voice. You know, and how you stay separated is to know that you're separated. He said, I consecrated you. Right. I sanctified you for greater works. Greater works we're supposed to be doing. Greater works I am doing. Right. And not because I've put anybody on the moon or did any heart transplants, but I sowed a seed of greatness to challenge each one of us to get one. Right. To be accountable to one. And to not just stumble into it always, that's okay. But to be on purpose. And loving one another. Yes. Have purpose and love one another. Because right now you see what's happening when there ain't no love. Yes. Yeah, and he said, and I called you. He said, and when you're in the body of Christ, this is the best news of ever. And when you are in the body of Christ, He said, either way you win. To live is Christ, to die is gain. So either way I win. I can't lose. It's amazing. And I encourage you today to find what sustains you and to make a list, an agenda of all the things he's brought you to. He didn't do it just haphazard. He wanted you to have a testimony. He wanted you to have a laundry list, an inventory of things to draw on that you can sow into somebody else. And then sometimes we have chemical imbalances. Sometimes we have different things going on that cause us to do that. He said, I prepared for that too. I've given over sciences and studies for people to even be able to help you in that. It's no shame in loving the Lord. It's shame when you ain't trying to do anything to take care of yourself, to understand why your origin is. I encourage you today to be about your business, to get up, to fix up, to wind up, and to get moving and look for those opportunities. And we ask God to send us the laborers, and maybe we'll be one of the laborers he sent to help somebody. Have a great day.
All right, y'all, we're going to end it there. Powerful stuff, Miss Deb. So, we'll keep these going. We might even interview Deb on other topics later and other people, but man, this is some good stuff to add to the channel because like right now there's a lot going on and people need to hear a lot of this different stuff because there's a lot of other stuff we're hearing, but you're not hearing the people that are still pushing, still driving during this worldly events that are going on right now. So, we're going to end it there, and Miss Deb, you'll see her more workout videos. Military family, y'all. Peace.
Thank you.
Man, that's good stuff. Powerful stuff, y'all.
Ain't that good? It is.